pulses through my veins. My eyes reflect the beauty you didn't give me the attention I was hoping for. Is it possible that you want more? I just want you for myself. You had to leave early, and I didn't even have your number. I was afraid to never see you again. Give it all to my baby, all to my baby, all to my baby. 'Cause I trust you a little, trust you a little, trust you a little. I remember last time you said you slept with that other guy. That's why it's hard for me to trust you another time. Give it all to my baby, all to my baby, all to my baby. 'Cause I trust you a little, trust you a little, trust you a little. I remember last time you said you slept with that other guy. That's why it's hard for me to trust you another time. My friends and I were at a party. I wasn't counting on you. I watched myself alarm clock ticking in the night. You were in my eyes the most desirable girl. You didn't give me the attention I was hoping for. I felt your warmth and I stared deep into your eyes. You kissed me softly, I stroked through your hair from your head to the back.
Okay, hopefully that shouldn't be too terribly loud. Also, I'm not used to lyric to music, so it sounds really funky on my end. I'm just like, what? This is not copyright music, and I was told it was electronic, so I was like, cool, let's see what happens. This is interesting. I don't know what to make of it. Hi, Hans. Hello. Oh my goodness. How funny. There we go. So, everything seems to be working. Oh my god. That's funny. That is really freaking funny. Okay. I just need to do one more thingy. Cause I need to just make sure everything is just full of hiya, full of whatcha, and just do not forget, I'm just stupid. Okay, cool. So, also, I have a couple of really cool things. Let me see. I was trying to work on stuff, and that should mean, well, I believe in you. Yay, there we go. So, yay, I drew this last night. So, it's not perfect, but it'll do for now. And I have my little Kiwi, my little self in the corner with you guys, and it'll be great. And then, let me see. Where is it? Can it see it? I don't know if it can. It should be able to. There's the jar. Okay, so there's a little tippy jar that I have, and I was testing it, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but you should be able to see it. I think it was just loading really hard. Oh my god. So unless you guys want to occasionally hear my echo remind me of things, I'm going to mute myself occasionally. Alright, anyway, so the only thing that she's reminded me is to make sure that I stretch. So you guys, stretch with me! We're gonna be doing the big stretchies! You know what, I should actually turn on. Oh, thank you, Jen. Welcome. Gonna turn on my camera. I'm so freaking comfy right now, by the way. There we go. So, hi, Hans. All right. So, just, some very simple stretches just to make sure that you guys are having your blood flow. So, come on, stretch with me. It'd be fun. It'd be nice. So make sure that you're not tense while we're enjoying ourselves. Oh, gosh. I also have my tea, and I have some hot water. I should have made more tea beforehand. All right. Now the music isn't too overpowering, is it? Oh. Hi, Aaron. Wait, aren't you the I wonder. Okay. So, pen in hand, tablet at the ready, and let's get started. Yay. Where is my mouse? Don't move. Its vision is based purely on movement. There it is. Okay. So that's another thing, by the way, that I am absolutely always hyper-fixated on. Dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. Dinosaurs make me very happy. Let's see. Where was I? Where did I leave off? As soon as my computer completely wakes up, everything will run a heck of a lot smoother. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's see. I need to look at it again, just so I can make sure. Okay, this is an interesting song. I have no idea what's gonna play, but all of it's not copyrighted, so I'm good. I'm safe. It'll be interesting though. Okay, so I know what to do next. It sounds like it wants to be like a joke action on horror movies, and you just see the music video character just like running in the background while Jason's chasing behind them, just like, but to the beat, I'm stupid. I think in videos and images and AMVs. I'm sorry. Penny? As in Pennywise? Pennywise? This is great. This is great. You're gonna see me really freaking confused through a lot of this because I'm just over here hearing this for the first time, just like you guys. Okay. Okay. It is a horror thing. What song is this? I want to know. Tell me. It's called Annabelle's Tea Party. Fantastic. Yes, Voodoo. Do you like it too? Well, shit. I'm keeping this in my personal playlist. This is fun. Now, to get to what I was trying to do initially, because I'm distracted as hell. Let's see. My Photoshop is being very, laggy right now, and I think it's because I turned off my computer last night so it can be, spry and awake this morning. I forgot to give it coffee, so it's just like, what's going on? I just woke up. You didn't wake up that long ago. I gave you, a full, 30 minutes to, try and do your thing. Don't worry, it's okay. It'll warm up. It'll slowly get back to its power. Yes, ultimate power. I wonder if you guys can like see it before I can see it, because like maybe Photoshop's attempting to be like, ah, yes, I'll show the people first before I show you, and I'm just like, okay. So I have no idea. This is a learning experience for all of us. Yes, I do have a cat, and that is his name is Voodoo. He's just chilling over there. He's currently chasing a bug. It's probably like a fly or something that came in. He loves chasing buggies. Hey, Sarah. So he'll come eventually. He'll eventually come to say hello. Ew, baby. He ate the bug. Rip Buggy. Everyone effing chats for Buggy. I'm not sure what it was. I just know it was a flying thing because I saw him doing the bunny hops with his hands in the air. Smaller. 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 The smallest you can think of. I don't know if it's a good thing or a mistake that I've been rewatching old SpongeBob. It would explain my current sense of like humor of me being just a doofus and being absolutely tickled by everything. And I don't know if I mentioned this before because I'm very forgetful, but right next to my little kitten character, I have a little tippy jar, and it's a really cool thing. So whenever like there's like a subscriber or someone new or someone decides to tip, which you don't have to do honestly, it creates that really cute little animation. It's really really fun. Ah, a new song. I can see this song being used in like one of those FNAF animations, those like collab SFM animations, and you just see like Nightmare or like just everyone telling their story at the viewer. Yeah, this is just a fucking FNAF SFM collab animation video. What song is this? Unforgivable. Alright, well, there you go. If anyone happens to be part of those SFM animation collabs, there's your new song project, and it's copyright friendly, so you don't have to worry about Uncle YouTube punishing you. Because I know that that's a big problem. It's actually one of the reasons that I don't make any like actual animations with music, because I create so many freaking animations in my head. I was like, God, that would look so cool. And then I'm just like, I don't know how copyright works. All I know is that everyone's angry and wants money. And I don't want to make everyone angry, and I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand these types of things, so. Oh, this is a cool song. Aside from me poking fun at it slightly, this is a cool song. Lion Lily, hello. Yeah, see, it does that cute little animation. It, hee 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 hee. Hi, Wonky. It's good to see you. What I should do, like a smart person, is once again pull the stream chat up on my phone so I can actually see you guys, like, actually fast. And, you know, not have to tab over and be like, oh, I missed stuff. And I'll be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just the doofus. Snazzy. You're gonna see me a lot confused in this. Okay. Ooh. It's not fitting with what's going on right now, but that's okay. Photoshop, are you good? This is interesting. I mean, the drop is interesting. Like, the rest of it's fun, but the that drop was really weird. Try to refresh it, see if it'll work. And don't worry, we're not going to be doing just obsolete comic pieces. We're going to be doing adoptables and probably commissions. Though, I know that one of the next commissions I'm working on is someone asked for some shipping. So, no judgment. We're all in for everyone's different interpretations. It just sounds like it has like the horny bonk sound effect mashed in there. So that's all I hear. That's better. Am I playing Centipede or something? Cool. I look forward to hearing whatever it is that you made with it, Blaze. I'm very curious because I have no idea what to expect because it was just an experiment song, and while I would like to try and make F&F music, I wouldn't even know where to grab the midis for the characters, so I'm just like, anyone have a boyfriend midi? And they're just, yay, boom, thanks.
This is a reminder.
Oh, hello.
Do the bobblehead.
The bobblehead. That's another stretch that I do for my neck, so that way your neck doesn't get all tense. So if you guys want to do it with me, well, at least we can try to do it to the beat of the music. So
This is a reminder.
yeah,
Do the bobblehead.
it helps with your neck and also with this part in your spine. So basically, it's doing the chicken head, but you're supposed to be focusing more on your neck pulling back on it. So while it looks silly, it feels really nice after a while. So if you want to do it to the beat of the music, you can. Because, like, the also important thing is that you're not moving your shoulders. So you tuck your neck back, and then, yeah, it just looks silly, but it feels nice. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad, Lion. Lion Lily. I mean, there's a lot to love about FNAF. Like, I know that there's a bunch of discourse out there. I'm not blind to it, but at the same time, like, just, going like, and ignoring it is, like, the best thing you can really do. That way you can just enjoy it to its fullest potential. Like, one thing that I'm super, super excited about is... new song. One thing that I'm really excited about is, even though I don't know what to expect in the FNAF movie because I've purposefully avoided all of the new trailers. I saw the first two and I was like, cool, I am so freaking hyped for this. And then they're like, we're going to release more trailers. I'm like, they're probably going to release stuff that I don't intend on, seeing, because it'll start me, trying to deconstruct the story. And I don't want to do that. I want to go in there with a fresh mind. So I've avoided them. I've seen their thumbnails and I've seen people post like still images, but I'm spoiler repellent, and I'll tell you what that means. I am very forgetful. So if I just don't pay it any mind, it's out of my head. So when I go and see the movie, when it comes out in theaters, I am going to be so enthralled by everything because I'm going in there with as fresh of a mind as possible because I can't remember anything. But it's fine, it's fun, it's exciting. And what I'm most excited about, especially when it comes to all this new FNAF that's going on, is that we get to have more story, more FNAF. It's kind of the same thing that I was so hyped about when AR came out. Yeah, it's not the best shining example of a game. It really could be better. And that's not me being, critical of the game. It's me being, constructive about the game. It could have better controls, it could have better everything, but that's just for someone who loves the game. But do I love the game? Hell yeah, I love the game. It's a lot of fun. And guess what it means? It means that I get to create more shenanigans out of it. Imagine a world in which everyone could get their own animatronics. Like, imagine that while I'm streaming here, just like a Freddy just pops his head and he's like, what you drawing? That's just funny. That's just fun. Like, I bought my own Freddy and now I have a Freddy that I can have walking around with me like as if he's just my partner Pokemon. That's freaking great. That would be fantastic. Of course, in my story, I have Bonnie and Endo. So I would just have two very quiet boys just doing shenanigans in the background. So I would be absolutely enthralled. This is a sassy song. I need to squish your face, Monty, because your endo head is fat. Oh no, I have to sneeze! Don't do it! Don't do it! I failed. No! Why am I sneezing? Stop it! Oh gosh. Like, imagine if they kept on updating AR and we could have almost every single FNAF character in there. I think that would be so much fun. Like, they kind of stopped with, like, the main category of characters, but, like, imagine if they brought in the Wizards, imagine if they brought in, like, not only, like, you could have the Phantoms, but, like, you could have, like, the Nightmares, not just the Jackos, the Nightmares. That would be really freaking cool. And then, have different skins for them as well. But you could also have maybe, like, if you were feeling so bold as to attempt to get a Twisted or something. God, that's just the thing that I love so much about FNAF, is that it's so grand, it's so big, and even if you don't understand what's going on, you can take something and say, this is Twisted Freddy, and you only had like 5 seconds of glory. I can make so much with you, and no one can say anything about it because it's my own. And that's what is so fun about it. Like, one of the things I have with my Twisteds is that they are all different creatures that have an element assigned to them that they watch after. So while yes, they are created out of very poor circumstance, they can actually influence the world that they're in now because they've been wild for so long. They've been wild and feral for so long. This music is having like a love child with like bubblegum and popcorn and like electronic baloney. This is Neon Pac-Man. I don't know what's going on. And as quickly as it appeared, it disappeared. People suddenly speaking in my ears is trippy. Oh. If you guys could, if FNAF AR was really a thing right now, and you can get one animatronic that you can, start with, like your own choice, but you have to pay for it. Now, you have the first animatronic you can start with, and then if you're lucky, you can, eventually earn the trust of other feral animatronics out there or something. So, who would you start with? Who would be your starter animatronic? Your starter Pokemon animatronic? Yes, I did see your shout, Blaze. So I'm very curious what the seraph means, because like if you replace the C with an S, seraph means something interesting. Hold on. Angelic being regarded in high traditional angelology. As belonging to the highest order of celestial hierarchy, and it's typically associated with life, order, and purity, which is an interesting thing. I was like, "Aw, that's cool." You'd start with Roxy, Jenna? Really? Cool. Plustra, that's a good one. Moon, yeah. I mean, I would like to start with Moon. That'd be great if he was an available animatronic. I mean, technically, if we're thinking in canon FNAF, and you could get the animatronics, if you get the daycare attendant, you're getting both Sun and Moon, and maybe even Eclipse. So that's a package deal, so I'm taking the daycare attendant. Lefty's a good boy. Because it's a cat. Cool! Well, that's cool. I appreciate that, Blaze. This one's gonna be a little sparse, why not? I did so much with my other pictures. The daycare attendant is a loophole! Yes! 3 for the price of 1! Though can you handle all of that? I know I probably could, because I have so much going on in my head already. So if I just have another boy in here who's just like, I don't know what's going on! I'm like, me too! Oh, that's my mint. I wasn't anticipating mint. I grabbed the wrong tea, but, mint is delicious. Okay, I have a funny story for you guys. Have you ever been in that scenario where you order a drink, like you're going to like a restaurant or a fast food joint, and you're like, hey, I want to order a Sprite, and you're like, okay, cool, here's your Sprite, and you know, you get your drink, and you didn't look at it, you didn't notice it, or it's like an opaque thing like this, and you're just like, and you're anticipating Sprite, but then you get Coke or something, and you're just like, oh wait, that's delicious, it's Coke, wait, hold on. So like your entire brain just shuts down for that split second going, but you know, it remembers, oh wait, this is another drink I enjoy. And you're just like, oh, that wasn't, oh, it's still good though, but that isn't what I asked for, huh? Because I did that once, and it tripped me the fuck out. I went to, I think it was Taco Bell, because it was during high school. We went to Taco Bell, and I was like, can I have some tea? And they're like, yeah, sure. And, you know, I got my drink, and we had to hurry back so that we can be back at the school in time so that we can eat our food, still talk, and, you know, have fun before going back to class. So we got our Taco Bell, and as I'm driving, I take my drink, and I take a sip, expecting tea, and I got a blast of, like, not tea, clearly, and I was like, that's Dr. Pepper, oh. I was so tripped out for a hot second that I was just like, oh, I know what this is, but because I couldn't register that I was not drinking tea, for some odd reason, every time I would, you know, to go to take a sip, I would end up glitching my own brain out and be like, ah, yes, tea, Dr. Pepper, oh yeah, that's still good, ah, yes, tea, oh wait, Dr. Pepper. So the whole drive was me stuttering like a dumbass, mentally stuttering, mentally buffering, that I couldn't register that I was drinking Dr. Pepper each and every time I wanted to take a sip, because every single time I was anticipating tea. Oh my god. God, it's so, I don't know if anyone else has anything like that, but if you do, please share it. I'd love to read it. I once ordered a vanilla shake and got strawberry, but the strawberry wasn't strong from this place, so I spent the next 20 minutes wondering if I was going insane. You're like, this vanilla tastes slightly strawberry-y? Yes, I had the Windows error sound constantly going on in my head. That's just a common occurrence, honestly. Let's see. Oh no, that's so sad. that you smelling chocolate, you're like, oh, this smells chocolatey. Home soap. Like, the taste of soap is so, it is such an exact flavor that, like, anytime you taste it, you're just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Can you believe that I'm almost at 200 freaking parts of Obsolete? I am so enthralled by that. Gosh. Alright, let's see. Sophie! Hi, Sophie! How you doing, hon? I didn't know that you'd be joining me on my shenanigans. Oh, this song's going interesting. I wasn't expecting it to go this direction. Just, you can go ahead and do it whenever it's ready, hun. No, no smooches! That's illegal! As I mentioned before, there's a little detail that I like adding to Bonnie when I get to draw him, is that he has tear stains on his cheeks. Because I imagine that even if it was Monty or if it was someone else or if it was just whoever or whomever it was, I imagine that in those last instances, Bonnie was probably absolutely terrified and hurt that he couldn't get anyone's attention, basically. Kind of that sensation of realizing this is going to be your last moment and you can't tell anyone goodbye. I'm gonna... Sophie, I'm gonna beat you up behind the Fazboos. And by the way, you know what, actually, because I don't have to work so powerfully on Obsolete right now, I'm gonna open up your commission. Because I was working on it, and I warned everyone that we're gonna be working on commissions too, so get freaking ready. I'm gonna... Oh, Photoshop, don't die. Yes, there you go. There we go. There we go. And as I said, smooches are hard. I have to sneeze again. Why am I sneezing so much? I haven't done anything. Yes, take that, Sophie. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Why are smooches, like, specifically so hard? When they're, like, the best thing ever to draw. Like, you're just like, yes, all of the soft. And yet they're the hardest thing. You're just like, ugh. Face bonk superior. I mean, I could be a dick and just, you know, do that one thing that people always make the joke of. Because their faces are flat, technically, so. There, perfect. Sophie, I hope you don't mind, but, you know. There, perfect. Wait, hold on, I have a better. There, perfect. Life is good. I'm so sorry. Moving on. This song reminds me of another song, and it's just because of the little voice that they have. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Was that too intense? Was the smooching too intense? I'm so sorry. Well, this is why I put them on separate layers anyway, so. Stop it. I'm excited to just do all your guys' commissions. I just feel really bad that, whatchamacallit? I've just been really busy, and I've been trying to catch up on a lot of things. A, doing the daily comic thing, and then B, you know, just trying to catch up on everything. You. Ugh, okay. Okay, I found Nova. I needed to get a reference. Also, I'm very happy that you posted this reference like right before I started working on it, because I was starting it and I was like, I'm just gonna be drawing Eclipse and I don't know what to do about that. But you know, having Nova is good. Also, look at Sophie's artwork. It's amazing. Everyone give Sophie compliments. Attack! Attack! Attack my minions! I know you asked for their first kiss in our RP, Sophie, and I know that like because Sun was so nervous in that instance, like he was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, smooch, and he did it, and he was really proud, and then Nova was just like, well, I'm gonna deepen it, and Sun's just like, ah! Is never ready for anything that he does. Like he's like, okay, I think I got this. I don't got this. Yes, I do enjoy RPing very, very much. Though I'm very picky when it comes to RP, only because like those like you know character colon text and then asterisks for stuff. Like I used to do that when I was like 10, but I got really bored of it because like there's so much more you can do and tell each other because it's a story going on between you guys. And while the characters may not understand what's going on, you could also make like remarks to kind of tell your partner where you're going with information. Oh.
This is a reminder. Try.
Not right now. She's reminding me of another thing. Okay. Yeah, kind of like a book. Who's texting me? Not if you... Okay. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing something. There we go. There we go. Life is fine. Let's see. Sun. He do a melt. I have a lot of RPs with a lot of different friends, and all of them are a lot of fun, so... I will say that I have been delayed on answering a few of them, and it makes me sad, because I want to answer them as quickly as possible. Sophie, can I make you a mod, actually? I could probably make you a mod. This is an interesting start. Yes. Congratulations, Sophie. You have power. So, just in case, if anyone's a dick, which I doubt because, you know, everyone's been having a lovely time, I have help. It looks like he's giving him a limb. Ultimate power! Itty bitty living space. Phenomenal cosmic power. It's not what I had. Hee 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 hee. Son, do a panic. I don't know what that means, Blaze. So, can you explain what I'm trying to, what a package description is? Like, for my kitten character, or what? I wish I had some pretzels right now. That'd be great. Man, all these songs are topical. God, very topical. Neon! Hi, Neon! It's good to see you again. We're being a little gay right now, sorry. But I'm not even sorry, I'm like the CEO of gay. Was it about, kind of like a storybook? Because I did say yes, because, writing like story gives more description. But if that was something else, then I'm sorry, I don't remember. I don't remember seeing it. I suppose what they're in for is for a fuzzy, ice controlling cat. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, legitimately, the little character you see right here is my little cat Sona. They have their wings. They have the ability to control ice, and they can fly. That's about it. They're just here to cause problems on purpose. They are a gremlin, and also just to have fun. I don't know. Would you guys consider me a gremlin? Oh, you wanted to roleplay with me? I mean, if you'd like, you can try. I always give people a first try in the Discord channel, so we have RP channels. So if you want to see if you can hold your spice, then please, I would love to see. Like, for example, Kocho and I, another good friend of mine, have been streaming, have been RPing for what, like 5 years now. We've had one that's been ongoing for that long, and it's been so much fun. And because I like to tell stories, I've been keeping that story really fun for the whole shenanigans, because every once in a while, whenever we all get together, Kocho, Wonky, Ryder, and myself, we all get to go into our Discord channel, and she breaks down the door. She's like, "Guys, holy fuck!" And they're like, what happened? Nope. If you want a link to the Discord, I will send it in chat. Give me a second. Unless someone else wants to send the Discord link. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I can just... I have it on my phone quicker. Let's see. And if that one doesn't work, I have another one. There you go. There we go. Everyone's really friendly in there, so... And we have a lot of people who are just, you know, spectators. Like, they'd never say a single word, but I'm sure that they're there. And that's okay. No one will force you to talk. Ooh. Cool. I don't see why not. Let me see. Why would you not see the link? Ugh. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it just took my link as baloney. I don't know. Hold on, I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. Okay, let's see if it will let me do it now. You should be able to see it. Why do I keep sneezing? I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I see your question, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay, and I honestly do not care. I mean, I've tasted it before, it's fine. Is it something that I would order? Probably not. But, you know, to each their own. I tend to just keep with good old pepperoni and cheese. I'm a big foodie, so I always enjoy trying things at least once. Now you guys are making me want pizza. I can't get pizza, though. At least 3 question marks. Hold on. Okay, it was a half body. I mean, it just depends, because sometimes it pops off, sometimes it doesn't. It's just, it's just depending on how much everyone, decides to talk, which is fine. But folks, like I said, are really friendly there. By the way, Sophie, I don't know if you got to see from my last stream that one picture that just popped into my head for no reason of my blood moon being excruciatingly upsetting with me, and I don't know why. But he was so mad at me. I was mid-drawing Obsolete, and then just suddenly that image popped in my head, and he was so angry. I was like, why? What did I do? Oh my goodness, that was funny. I had to draw it instantly. God, some of the funniest things have happened from our Discord server. Just randomly deciding to get one single brain cell united between all of us, and shenanigans that have happened from that has been hilarious. God, I remember when we had a Helpy uprising, everyone decided to, including myself, decided to change their icon into Glamrock Helpy with the little leather vest. And and it was funny because everyone's just walking in like, what's going on here? And they didn't get an explanation. It was just join the Helpy army, and they're like, okay, and they changed their icon to Helpy as well. And every single time someone else would come in, they're like, one of us. Oh my God, that was the funniest shit. And for no reason, there was another instance in which we were all chatting in one of the general calls, and some people had themselves muted. Some people, are doing their own thing as they're just listening to shenanigans in the background. But at one point I saw, I had the TV on in the background when I was at my family's house, and I saw this image of someone's Minecraft build of Sans the skeleton, but it was, all made of wool, so it was a stick figure Sans of the colors, and then an actual, skull block as the head. So it was the funniest thing I had ever seen, and I bust out laughing in the middle of call, and they're like, you good, Kitten? I'm like, look! And I sent them the picture of that. Everyone equally lost their shit. And we all started calling it Sans instead of Sans. So it was Sans the skeleton. So we also all changed our icon into something related to Sans. And with a squinched head. And then someone drew it. and colored it, and we all changed our nickname at that time for just Sans. And everyone who saw that came by were just like, Sans, 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 and they're just like, what's going on? Oh my goodness. Hi there. Bernisa? Bernisa. I'm hungry now. Am I gonna do anything about it? No. Let's see. I mean, yeah, maybe, because I haven't drawn my Blood Moon in a while, and I love his design that I gave him. He's so pretty, but, like, oh my god. Like, I don't have the excuse to draw him that often, so I'm just like, have a picture of him. and my brain's just like, yeah, no one's gonna care for that. Don't do it. I'm like, okay. So, no, I will not go eat because I have things to do. What questions? Another question, is that roleplay with your friends in the server? No, it's not. And another question, if, I don't think you confirmed my question from before, if I can make that roleplay into a book. What do you mean by into a book? Like, are you a publisher? Because I'd have to ask my partner. Zzz. Like, if you wanted to see any of the other ones. If you mean our own eventually, then sure, go ahead. I don't mind. I mean, Blood Moon doesn't exist. My Blood Moon doesn't exist in Obsolete in general. I could probably have him as like as an Easter egg, but there's really no reason to have him. I have a bruise. That explains. This is not the next part of the Obsolete comic, though it would be interesting if Eclipse just turned around and says, "Come here, I want to give you a smooch, son." Son just be like, "Ah!" I don't know why. Just son's such a nervous boy. I don't even know what he would do in that instance. But this is just a commission that someone had asked for. Sophie had asked for. And I'm doing commissions. I'm doing the adoptable micros that I'll be doing later. But as of right now, I'm just trying to make sure I keep things moving. So I think I'll save that there. And I'll go back to Obsolete. don't know why, I just imagine him just like, poof, just appearing, and so it's just like, you're not Eclipse. And he's like, I know, but I am an Eclipse. Come here. To smooch. Just, and poof, he's gone. And just Sun's just left there in a stun. He's just like, Moon and Eclipse are just like, we don't know what happened. I'm not sure either. Okay, got it. Yes, adoptable micros. Is this just like a compilation of like all the songs? It is. Because there might be some repeats later. Because I do have this song in my playlist. I mean, you're more than welcome to if we end up doing anything with it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to give everyone whiplash.
This is a reminder.
She's just giving me more reminders. Hold on. Alright, we're good. I like drawing Sun when he's flustered. He's cute. He has such a funny, like, fluster. I probably do, but I wouldn't. I would waste a lot of time looking for them. Ooh, shit. What do I have to draw? I don't know what you're referencing. Don't forget, there's a slight delay in the stream, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Oh boy, oh boy. Once again, my bad habit has shown through, making everything bigger and exaggerated and flowy. Creature AU for the daycare attendant. I mean, probably, like, I don't pay too much attention to those, and I know that they're there, and they're really pretty and cute. But I will say that if I could add one of my own, because I have a lot of AUs, I my nightmares function very differently to how a lot of people interpret their nightmares. And my sun and moon in Kocho in my stories became nightmares. And that's not a bad thing. And they don't look like, all pointy and horrifying. They just still look like themselves. They just have some abilities now. And I happen to really like how they look because their abilities are accentuated in their form as well. Sun's rays can glow. He can have his tips glowing. His wings can also, well, wings I say, they look like wings. They don't function like wings. But he can float. Since he used to utilize his tether, one of the abilities that he gained as a nightmare is the ability to float. But he also has his orbits around his arms, around his neck, and Moon's wings as well actually have galaxy patterns inside of them, moving inside of them. Now, are they actually galaxies? No, but do they mimic the night sky and the fucking galaxy clouds moving through them? Yes, and they are very pretty and they glow in the dark. Moon also has the orbits that go around his neck and his wrists, and yeah, I'm very happy with their form. They're so pretty. This is fun. This is fun. I hope I hear this song somewhere else in the playlist because I want to like it. God, this is great. I also have this song. It's been so hard not to draw Sun and Moon with the accents that I have on my design for them, because they're so pretty and so flowy. I mentioned this before, but if you weren't here before, if you want to draw like Ice Tiger Kitten, you need a couple of things. Number one, you need fangs. That's just the thing that you need. Number two, you need spikes, and then number three, you need fluff so that they look really soft. And then number four, and just as fun, you need flowy things because they are very pretty. So that's how you draw like Ice Tiger Kitten. Put all those together, put them in a blender, drink it up, and now you got Ice Tiger Kitten. Flowy? Okay, let me see if I can just do you a quick doodle of how my moon looks. Now this could be really sketchy, so do forgive me. Now this isn't going to be perfect, but it should give you an idea of how my moon looks. Come on. I ran out of canvas space. I have an idea. Oh. And then he has his orbits. He has one around his neck, around his wrists, and then he also has one around his hat. And he can actually weaponize these, so if he feels that he's under attack, they turn into these, like, spears of light, basically. So they'll come off of his body, whichever one he decides to use, and he can just propel them like a spear of light. And that's thanks to his nightmare abilities. His bow. And then his ribbons. There you go. So this is a really rough doodle of how my moon looks. That's not a tail, it's part of his ribbon. He doesn't have a tail. And before Moon looked like that, his normal design before he became a nightmare. Let me see if I can. Okay, let's see. Because he had those accents on his back, but they became his wings. So it looked a little different. And his hat was, still good and long. But his back accents, even though they weren't wings, were these fun little frills that he had. And then his bow. And because I know that Sun and Moon had a tutu, instead of a bow, they just had, ribbons coming off of it. And then arm ribbons. So that's more what he looked like before he became a nightmare. Sun also has these little back accents, but they're not, all flowy like that. They look more like this on his back before they became really accentuated, more like butterfly wings, if you will, when he became a nightmare. So when you become a nightmare, certain details on your body become hyper emphasized. And for Moon, that just became these galactic looking wings. And for Sun, they just became these lovely orange butterfly like wings. So there we go. Oop, I don't know what I did. Hold on. I have a plan. There. Control A, Control D, Control D. There we go. You're leaving? All right. Have a good day. Thank you, Wonky. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna... Hi, Voodoo. Hi, Voodoo. Do you want to say hi to everyone? You want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Come here, mister. There you go. Handsome boy. Does that feel better? What you doing, mister? You just playing shenanigans? Is that what you're doing? Don't rub against my laptop. You don't gotta. Come here. I love you, baby boy. Yes, that is Voodoo, my baby boy. With his cute little bow tie. He's such a sweetheart. I love him so very much. His name is Voodoo. What do you see, baby boy? What do you see? Go get it. Go get it, mister. He sees something. I'm not sure what he sees. Probably another buggy. He's such a very sweet and gentle boy. I love him so very much. If you'd like, I can tell you how I met him. Oh, wrong color. So, the way I met him, I came home late one night after spending some time with Shibi, a good friend of mine, Mango Shibi. And it was about 2 a.m. and mind you, my mom was okay with that because, you know, I was keeping in communication with her. And as I came home, I got out of my car, I parked it on the side of my parents' house, and I made my way inside, made my way in bed, and I was just like, And then I heard a sound. And my eyes just fucking snapped open. I was like, child! And I burst out of bed. I grabbed the nearest robe I had, and I rushed out to try and figure out what I was hearing, where I was hearing it from, because we knew that there were some feral cats that made a nest nearby. And my mom and I had been watching over them, but, you know, they're feral. They don't trust people. Now, one thing that you must know about feral cats is that, for the most part, unless they really are desperate, baby feral cats are taught, don't make a sound. Do not make a single sound, because you need to stay hidden. And the only way that you're going to get, you know, a feral cat to actually start calling is when they've been alone and unfed and untended for hours. And basically they're desperate. So, as I went out in the dark, I could hear his sound just... I'm just like... And I go back inside. I'm like, Mom, there's a baby kitten that's back there that's calling for help. And she's like, at this time? I was like, yeah. So she came out alongside me, and I looked behind our wall, and right behind our wall there's this like space between our wall and the next wall of our neighbor's home, and it's just a bunch of overgrown desert plants and stuff. So I was in, like, I could hear it coming from in that wall area. And I told my mom, I'm going to climb back there and see if I can find them. And she says, are you sure that it's not in, like, the neighbor's backyard or something? I'm like, no, I can hear it. I can hear it. It's in this vicinity. And she says, okay. So when I went, I climbed back there, and I'm going through all the brush and branches and stuff. And I finally see this little kitten, this little baby kitten with their eyes open, but they still had their little baby blue eyes, so they couldn't really see that well. And, you know, calling and calling and calling. And I'm just like, there you are. So I, as best as I could, tried to trick them with my flashlight on my phone that I was going this way. However, I was going to reach my hand around, grab them by the scruff, and get them out of the situation. They were much smarter than that, and even though his vision was very blurry, he could still see my hand coming around, even though I was using my flashlight to go around this direction. And I was like, this is a smart little cookie. I still managed to grab him by his scruff, and he was, you know, fussy. But when I got him, I gave him to my mom on the other side of the wall, because I would have to climb back up the wall. And I gave her him, and as soon as she had him, I climbed back over the wall. And she's like, he must be really hungry, because, you know, they're not supposed to make any noises whatsoever. And I asked her, didn't you say that the mother abandoned the nest that was nearby not too long ago? And she says, yeah, because their father, the feral father, had, you know, been scoping out the area. And another thing that, if you don't know about feral cats, is that when it comes to the males, they don't have any issue with killing male kittens, like baby kittens, because to them that's just competition. And they will also mate with their female children, because more females, which is not good at all. And that's how you end up with very sick litters and kittens that end up getting really bad genetic disorders, and, you know, it's really unfortunate. So what we had put together and what we understood is that this little kitten had been taken away from his nest to be killed because he's a boy. However, at some point, something must have scared Dad away, and Dad left that kitten there to basically die. And he had been there for likely hours, and was probably there in the daytime, just staying still and staying hidden and not making a sound. And it wasn't until way out into 2 to 3 a.m. at night that he started finally trying to call for help, that I found him. So when we finally got the chance to bring him inside, we had some bottles, some little feeder bottles that we used for you know, kittens, that we were acting as a, what's the word? I lost the word. Where you take care of them before, you know, sending them off to their forever home. So we had a leftover bottle from that, and some leftover formula. So we made some formula for him real quick, and he ate like a champion, and I was feeding him the whole time, and he was so hungry, the poor baby. And So my mom was like, "I'll take care of him." I was like, "I got it. I'm good. I know how to take care of him." So as I started taking care of him, about a day or so later, as he's getting more strength and more uh, like energy in his body, he's becoming attached to me, following me and calling to me, and from that point onwards, we've been basically inseparable. And well, he earned his little name, Voodoo. So I've had Voodoo ever since he was a little triangle, and I love him very, very much, and I know that he loves me very, very much, because my goodness. And he's such a smart boy. He has such intelligence that you can see him thinking of things. You can see him processing things. He's a good puzzle solver. He knows how to do things. It's amazing what he can do. Let me see if I have a picture of when he was a triangle. Now, this isn't exactly when he was a triangle, but it'll do the job. So, this was a couple days later when he was starting to get more strength. So, he's a very good boy. There. Semi-triangle. He's out of triangle kitten phase, and now he was growing at that point. But there he is. There he is when he was a triangle. The very first night when I was feeding him, my mom took this picture and sent it to me. And I think that he filled out very nicely. Oh my gosh, Lion Lily, I didn't get to hear the notification for that. Thank you. Was it during my story time? I don't remember. I'm so sorry, but thank you. It's so sweet. My heart is so happy right now. Even if it's not much, Lion, I do appreciate any little bit, because even a little bit can add up. It really can. And I do appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Ooh, did you get it? Voodoo is about 3 now. Yay! I'll get to look at that in just a hot second. Let's see if I can... Yay! That looks great! That looks fantastic, Neon. Hey, there's Flare! Say hi to Flare! He's an amazing voice actor. You should go bother him. You should go give him lots of love. Give him all of the snugs and hugs and smooches. Friend smooches. Ah, I know what I did wrong. I'm stupid, that's what's going on. Hehehe. Ah, Flare, since you are here, only because I know you're not going to probably stay for very long, I will make you a moderator, and anytime you do decide to, you know, exist for no reason, you can do science and strike people down with your fiery lightning. There you go. Yay! How's your Saturday going? How's your Sabbath? Also, Flare, I will say that I really, really love your voices. They're so fantastic. They give me all of the good energy goo. It's wonderful. I wish I could offer you something that gives you the same amount of energy goo. Oh no. I'm sorry that you're missing a League of thingy. A League of thingy thingy. There's so much lyrics in all of these. Isn't it supposed to be electronic music? Like, you know, that, you know, doesn't words that much? I'm not complaining, I'm just confused. Flare is a bear. We've been having lots of fun conversations so far. I think you might have missed it, Flare, but I was talking about how I found voodoo. Oh. Yeah, I didn't buy him. I found him. As you guys saw beforehand with how I draw Moon, as I mentioned, like, I try not to integrate too much of my own, design stylization in the characters. But I mentioned yesterday, day before, that that I got to get away with giving Monty back spikes and no one noticed. I was just like, yes, I did it. No one noticed a thing, and it makes me tickled because I get to draw spikes for no reason. I just like drawing special little details, and like I said, just fangs, spikes, fluff, and flowy things, and there you go. You can draw like I Saw Your Kitten now. I have. I'm very easy to please. Let's go with that. I mean, it is, but as I mentioned before, Sophie, and I know you weren't here for that. There's just folks prefer close-ish to like biblically accurate while still retaining some stylization. But the closer to it, the better, because then they won't have to work too hard their brain to be like, who is this? Which character is this supposed to be? Well, it doesn't look like them. Which makes me sad, because so many people have such amazing ideas of how the characters can look, and I'm just like, that is awesome. And yet they don't get much attention. They need more love. My favorite FNAF song? I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. Because I do listen to a bunch of different FNAF songs. I have listened to a bunch of FNAF songs, but a lot of them are really... Don't take what I say personally, because, I do enjoy FNAF songs, but a lot of them are really silly. Why are you telling the story through a song? It sounds so doofy when you're, saying it. You're like, man, I should have gone back and got my child. Yeah, you should have, you dumbass. I'm not judging. If the music bops, then the music bops. But, it's really doofy. And I think the best way to integrate a story, a fan story, let's go with that. If this is a fan song of a game, if you wanted to integrate the story of that game into your song, do it stealthily, so that way no one really, the fans know it's from that game, and you're just like, yes! But then it can also brought out to all the other people in other fandoms and other music, and they'll be like, hey, this is a good song. And if they look into it, they're like, what? This is from this game? What? That's I never would have guessed. But then it gives them a deeper appreciation because, they were bopping to a video game themed song. Let's see. So, while I did not answer your question of which FNAF song is my favorite, it's because I have fluctuating favorite songs. If F and FNAF songs also count, I can also add more shenanigans because that one's easier to answer. Because it doesn't have lyrics. I like unlyricked music. Let's make that very quickly clear. I like music that tells a story, but without any words. That's a fun thing, because it lets me think, it lets me create ideas in my head. Words make things very difficult to... make things very confined. Let's go with that. I know you were there. I don't know what's happened to you. And don't... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is it? Do you want to say hi to everyone again? Come say hi. Come say hi, mister. There you go. You can't lay on my tablet. I have to draw. I know. I know. He likes to lay on my tablet. Because it's warm, I imagine. Will you let me draw? Will you let me draw, mister? Oop, I twisted it, that's why. Woo. Is life good? Cool. Take your tail out of here, mister. Come on. Thank you. I don't know what happened to you. Oh, I forgot to add Bonnie's eye glow. Oh gosh. This is nice. Oh, Rose is experiencing. I hope Rose is okay, because they appear to be experiencing right now. Rose is an amazing artist as well, and they have a really big feels spot for Monty right now, and I just posted something in one of our Patreon channels, which is private if you're a Patreon supporter, and and I just see Rose just like, I'm just like, oh no, I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it was about the size I had drawn, so I just want to be sure. This is an interesting song to be having drawn at this point. It's like if Monty and Bonnie were forbidden lovers or something. There's actually a lot of people who have that type of headcanon where Monty was jealous because of, wanting Bonnie for the reasons. It's cute. I enjoy seeing different people's interpretations. With my glam rocks in my personal AU, all of them are poly, and all of them love each other very, very much. And while my Bonnie is not quite the troublemaker as Monty and Freddy together tend to be, they still love Bonnie very, very much, and the shenanigans they cause together is still great. I think the funnier part is that whenever Monty's doing something and Bonnie just does not approve at all, he's just looking at him like, but he doesn't. He's a selective mute, so he doesn't say anything at all. And Monty's like, we're gonna go cause problems on purpose, and Bonnie's just like, I love you, dumbass. I don't know why that made me giggle. I'm sorry. Well, the only one who tends to do pet names is DJ, and it's because DJ is a massive flirt. um, I think that's the funnier part is like DJ functions very interestingly. His system in my AU was programmed that if he can get a reaction out of someone, that he's doing a good job, and so he ended up becoming very flirty because of it. So he has a bunch of pet names for everyone, and so I think that's probably one of the funnier things is that like even though like he gets Sun riled up when he gives him like a pet name of sorts, he's like, "Oh my dear little Citrus, it's so wonderful to see you." And Sun's just like, "Ah!" That's the perfect reaction for DJ, and DJ's just eating it up like a fine wine, like a buffet of just fine dining cuisine. He loves it, and the same goes for all of the other animatronics as well. So that goes for Freddy, Monty, Chica, Roxy, everyone. It goes for everyone. Because DJ's also in that relationship. All of the glam rocks as a whole are poly. And they know that whenever they go to see DJ, that they're gonna be in for some shenanigans. and every single time they're just like, whew. And it's because they don't know what to do, and it ends up always flustering them, and DJ just gets more and more of that fine dining. I've drawn Monty hugging Bonnie before, and this was way back when Security Breach first came out, and there was no Bonnie or Fox to be seen, and I was like, I'll make my own. So I did, and I'd had Monty just nuzzling his face into Bonnie's chest. He's like, I got a life-size plush here. But now in their current states, I'm sure that it's even more impactful. I know that some people have Monty, you know, giving other people pet names. And while I had a joke that I'm going to post later in the future, after all of this obsolete stuff goes through. Hey, Elmax. Elmax. Hello, how you doing? Elmax. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. God, I'm hungry. I was saying something. What was I saying? I don't remember. I'm dumb. Yeah, no, this will be the first time that Chica gets to see Eclipse. Because she's only seen Sun and Moon, so... I'll make a note of it, like, in a bit, but... The only reason Monty hasn't questioned it is because he technically met him before. So, after going through an anxious scenario in his head, he probably doesn't have enough like mental fortitude to be like, wait, who are you again? I remember seeing you before, and I don't know who you are. But you know, he'll get there when he gets there. I do like Franny. I'm very happy that Franny is, you know, almost practically confirmed, but it's not. But it's still sweet. Because in my heart, it's confirmed. I'm just like, yay! But, you know, you could still do the old paleontologic, paleontology, just be like, they were good friends. Good friends. Yeah, Monty, will sometimes call Chica by like playful little food nicknames, similar like how Chica will call other people food nicknames, because she likes to cook. She likes to cook. She likes to bake. There's a scenario that I'm going to be drawing later eventually, and I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time it might accidentally make me ship two characters I was not anticipating to ship, because my brain wants to ship everything and I'm just like, stop it. Everything within reason. But it's just so silly because my brain's just like, oh, that'd be an interesting dynamic. Try to write about it. I'm like, no, make a story about it. No, well maybe, but no. Because my brain thinks in stories and details and things that no one will ever ask about. I do not know Spanish. I can understand it ish, but not speak it. There's a disconnect in my head where I'm trying to be like, say it. No. Okay. I can make people care about really weird things. Like, I don't think you understand how powerful my ability to storytell is. Funny story, actually. I need to turn this music off because I can't hear myself think. Okay. Skipped. So, I made my friends cry over a common housefly. And that was from one of our RP scenarios that we had. My friend Kocho and myself. And as she shared it, and, I shared it as well, now everyone has the big feels TM for a common housefly. And I can tell you that story if you'd like. Why is there so much lyric music? Anything else, please? Sophie, have I told you about Bob? Yes, that's the name of the fly. His name is Bob. Actually, I know what I should do. I should message Kocho and see if I could drag her into the stream and have her relive the the trauma that is Bob. I'm a good friend. But also, like, I've had so many different stories with so many different folks, and all of them amazing in their own way. But I think, I think probably the funniest thing that I've ever made someone had feels for was Bob the common housefly. And so much so that she and my other friend, Mango Shibi, had a funeral for him in drawing. Well, I mentioned that my idea for Bonnie's Pokemon typing would be having him water electric. Sophie, suffering. So yes, I will make you feel for characters you never realized you could feel for. Ah, I see. Kojo is currently doing D&D, so oh well, I shall not torment her with the story of Bob once more. So, if you guys want, would you like to hear the story of Bob? Oh, thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. Okay, so the story starts off with Springtrap, of all things. Now, my William, and aka my Springtrap, is a very difficult character to explain. So the best I can tell you is that he was suffering from a very bad mental disorder that he had no idea about because, well, as we all know, in the past, people didn't take mental disorders very seriously, and if they took them seriously, you'd be more tortured than actually cared for. So he didn't know he had a disorder, so he just kind of went about his own thing. Now, there are two parts of Afton. There's William, and then there's Liar, my actual antagonist. Now, Liar is the antagonist. William is the good father that we actually got to see having children, having a family, creating all these wonderful things. So, let's get that out of the way. Now, when William and Liar were fighting for basically control so that they can, try to fix what's going wrong. William trying to fix what's going wrong, and Liar trying to keep on doing what he's doing, and being evil. William had tried to free the souls of all the kids that were stuck inside of the animatronics, which he succeeded. However, during their tug of war for control of the body, basically Liar, was like, I'm gonna go into the suit that I know for a fact scares the shit out of these kids, and it will instill that fear that I know that will instill in them. So he puts it on, not realizing that it's, sopping wet and is ready to fail at any second, and, well, he ends up getting himself killed. Well, not only that, because of some of the spring lock positions, it ends up getting him in some of the most proper parts to disconnect the mind, basically, from itself. Now, it ended up sending Liar into a system reset, basically. Didn't kill him, but sent him into a system reset. But it made William come back into control at the very horribly painful parts of him getting spring locked. Now, he's just laying down, he's just like, okay, this hurts, everything sucks, I have dealt with spring lock failures before, so it's really important to just, so he knows his machine better than anyone, he's the one who built it, and, so he's just like, in his haze of adrenaline and panic and trying to stay calm, he just kind of slowly gets down, and he's like, if I keep breathing, everything will be okay. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing. And eventually he loses consciousness and dies. Now, in that instance, he doesn't realize that he's dead. And that is one thing that you need to know about spirits in general, is that if they don't realize that they've died, then they will wander forever. However, due to all the experiments that he's been doing to his body, he anchors onto the Springtrap body, onto the Spring Bonnie suit. So when he wakes up, weeks later, he wakes up in the, it wasn't weeks later, it was probably like a week later. He wakes up and, he's just like, oh, God, everything hurts. And he just looks at himself, he's like, I'm still alive, I must have passed out. It's day. There's a little window, tiny insy-binsy window, that's not a window at all, that just lets some light through into where he had the suit, which was in the safe room, what used to be one of his workshops. Now it's completely barren in there, and yes, Voodoo, I know, it's so horrible. Now, it's completely barren in there, and, the room's boarded up, so he's just like, okay, what's going on here? I don't understand what's going on here. And he's gonna try to get up, he's like, okay, everything hurts. He looks down, his guts are falling out, he's like, oh, that's not good. So he's like, okay, I need to not panic, and, as he's trying to get up, a bunch of different, insects and stuff that, take part in the decomposition process rush out of his body. He's like, oh, that's gross. That's not good. Ew, I need to get to a hospital, immediately. So he tries to get himself up, and he's just like, okay, I think I'm good. Cue him, going on all the walls. He's like, why is this, why is this all bricked up now? I don't understand what's going on. So, at some point, Springtrap just starts slowly, realizing that he's stuck in here, and he's just kind of resigning himself to this, and eventually he's realizing, I might be dead, because at this point, I don't think that a hospital is going to help me, and, this kind of really sucks. Days pass, weeks pass, and nothing's there anymore. He's still decomposing, which is not comfortable, but now he's kind of alone, and doesn't know what to do with himself. And at some point, he feels the tiniest little wiggle, and he's like, what was that? He feels it again, he's like, what the heck is that? And mind you, he's been alone this whole time, and when he does, finally look around to where it's coming from, let's just say it was coming from his arm at this point, he looks, and there's a maggot on him. One single maggot that, was late to hatch. And he's like, ew, okay, hi. Oh, I guess it's just you and me right now. So he ended up accidentally with a Wilson of his own, which was this little maggot. Now, he doesn't really think much of it at the time, And as he's just minding his own business, day by day, he just feels he's just minding his own business, sleeping and or trying to wait out whatever's going on, and he just is waiting to feel a wiggle. So when he feels it, he's like, ah, there's Bob. And so days pass. Oh, there's Bob. And then sometimes when a day would come and he wouldn't feel a wiggle, he's like, Bob? Bob? Are you there? And it wasn't until, he feels the tiny little wiggle, he's like, okay, there you are. Because he doesn't want him to go away. He's the only thing that he's had this entire time, while slowly going stir crazy in this room that he can't get out of. Now, mind you, he's tried to bash himself against the wall and see if he can, break out, which has led to some slight extra failure, crunching in deeper into him. So he's like, okay, that wasn't a good idea. Now, after that, he's worried that if he moves too much, he might squish Bob. So he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna chill. And it wasn't until one day, like probably after a couple of weeks, that he doesn't feel a wiggle anymore. And he's just like, Bob? And he's so worried. He doesn't know where he is, where he's gone. And it's not until, legitimately, that about a couple days later, Bob emerges from a pupa. He emerges as a fly. And, Springtrap is so happy to just see this little buzzy dude flying around. However, that window I mentioned, it's not an open window, it's a glass-paned window. I'm sure you've seen those small windows before, and no one can really fit through them, but because it's not open, and you can't really break it because it's not big enough for you to actually get it to a point where you can break, well, Bob can't leave, and that's the only source of light that he can go to. So Springtrap just gets stuck with Bob for a couple of weeks, and unfortunately, houseflies don't have a very long lifespan when they're adult flies, so he has about 2 weeks about. And so, day by day, Springtrap is just looking at Bob flying around, or just coming over and, landing on him and doing that little fly thing where they look like they're kissing you with their mouth. They're just eating, or, eating detritus. And, he's just very, very happily being contented with Bob and realizing that it's going to come to an end real soon. Very slowly but surely, he's going to lose Bob. One fine day, wouldn't you know it, Bob comes and lands, and his legs are just doing that very spasmy movement that he doesn't have any energy left. His body is just slowly decaying and resigning. That's just the end of it. And Springtrap just has him on his hand, watching him wiggle until eventually, when all of the blood the hemolymph eventually stops pulsing through him, Bob stops moving. And Springtrap feels so sad because, this is all he's had for a while now, and all the other insects had found their way out, be it through cracks and seams or they're living inside of the walls. Bob couldn't. So he very gently takes Bob and puts him on the windowsill, and with what little dust he has, he just gives a tiny burial to Bob. And that was the end of Bob. The only friend that Springtrap had for a long time. Alrighty, Erin, you have yourself a wonderful rest, okay? Yes, please get some rest. It's 6 a.m., jeez. No, Bob! So yeah, unfortunately Bob was a very unaccomplished little fly. Bob ended up not being able to find a mate, not being able to go outside, not able to feel the wind or the sun. And unfortunately, that was the only thing he knew. Bob knew Springtrap as a source of food, but also a voice, something that most flies probably understand what sounds like, but because Springtrap never attacked him or did anything, they had no perception of a threat, so he would always land on him. But that also means that all the things that Springtrap was realizing at that point was that he was going to be alone for a very long, long time. And poor Bob. Well, the character hasn't really changed that much, honestly. Um, I will mention that when I first created Ice Tiger Kitten, it was when I was a little kid, and I it was when Pokemon 2000 came out, I believe, and I I I wanted to basically have something akin to a Pokemon of my own, but something that resembled me. So what I created was a white cat with wings that had ice type abilities because I enjoyed the ice type. I still love the ice type. And did Ice Tiger Kitten change much? Not really. The only thing that changed that is no longer a thing on my cat character is they used to have a halo. They no longer have a halo. But aside from that, my character has been pretty much the same for the most part, and it's because I am quite contented with, well, how they are. They are me. I just decided not to have it anymore because I didn't think it was necessary. I mean, it's just depending. Because I could probably, if I did give them a halo, I'd probably give them something similar that I gave to my personal AU Eclipse and Lunar, which means I have to also make my own Eclipse from Ruin. But I made my own Eclipse that is what Kocho and I have been calling Starlings. Oh gosh. Awesome. Well, thank you, hun. You have yourself a wonderful day, okay? This song is topical. Ah, of course. More reminders, all of them. Boogie, boogie, boogie. You good? Okay. Oh my. This is interesting. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3. Back to smooches for no reason. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, motherfucking cool. Well, that went well. That went well. Add that to my list. God, that was so short-lived. Why would you do that to me? Give it back, please. Oh boy. Dude, this is great. Oh, I'm so saving this 100%. I'm just vibing the fuck off. I'm so sorry. God, that was awesome. Had no reason to be that awesome for no reason. Oh, awesome. Let me go see. Hasn't shown up yet. I don't know. There it is. That's awesome. He's a frosty boy. That looks great, Neon. Does Eclipse have ribbons? He do. Arger. Let me see. Sun being a panicky boy. So since that's a sketch, if I were to change one thing about FNAF lore, what would I change? I don't know. I wouldn't change anything. I'm pretty happy with it. Just because some things are confusing doesn't mean that things can't be fun. Sorry, I do not like how that starts. So I'm skipping. Yes, this is an eclipse by the name of Nova. This is one of the commissions. No, people have their different interpretations, and in this interpretation, sun and eclipse have no relation to each other whatsoever. They're from completely separate worlds, literally. So, try to remember that everyone writes their characters a little differently. Because this isn't my eclipse and sun. But that's the nice thing about the versatility of all these characters, is that you can write them in so many different forms. But you need to remember that, because you don't want to upset anyone who worked really hard on their own story, and then you're like, no, that's not what I've seen, because you forget this is not the same person that you've seen before. Of course, hun. I look forward to seeing it, Neon. This song seems topical. Oh my gosh, Neon. I'm so glad that you approved, Sophie, because he looks really goofy. I'm sorry. Trying to draw biblically accurate is funny sometimes because it's like biblically accurate meets my style sometimes just looks really goofy. And I feel so bad because I want him to look nice. But he looks really silly, and I'm sorry. But I'm glad you enjoy him. If I were to stylize him in my style, then he might look a little better, in my opinion. But that's just because I can't draw that well, so. Still have lots to learn. Favorite Disney movie? I mean, I do have a lot of favorite Disney movies, but like the one that I have that always immediately like crops up into mind, not because it's like the movie of all time, but I think because of the music itself is so intense and amazing, is Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, it's beautiful also to look at, but like, shit, man, that fucking music. I need to rewatch all the Disney movies, but I don't feel like getting Disney Plus, so I'll just like rebuy the movies on YouTube. You know, when I can afford it, but you know, I can't afford it right now. I can't even afford a pizza right now. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I watched Winnie the Pooh a lot when I was growing up as a kid. My favorite one was the Tigger movie because Tigger was my favorite. Good to know I'm a dumbass. Nope. If you guys give me 1 second, I'm gonna make myself something to eat real quick, but I'll leave the music playing so you guys can enjoy, okay? Because I am getting hungry and I can make myself a sandwich.
little sweet and spice. Throw it all in a cauldron, mix it up real nice. Fire in my eyes, stir counterclockwise. I dream of you all night. Filled with emotion,
I'm back. Okay. Hope I didn't take too terribly long, but hiya, I'm back. Oh, did my camera give up on life? Might have. Hold on.